name is Carol. Welcome to Lovehealingservice channel. My name is Carol, and then I want to share that topic. That's a coughing. Yeah, coughing is about us about that. Yeah, almost 2 years. Yeah, about almost 2 years. Yeah. I think it's 2 years already, right? However, so I just want to share with you a lot of this is very very important. I want you pray with me, because we know that Samuel, that's a second, and then Saul, the King Saul, did wrong things. So that David has a famine about 3 years. They kill that the people they have a covenant. So the David, when the Israel, they have famine about 3 years during the David be a king. So I don't want to. I know that's a video. I don't know how to say, but that's a COVID. That's a political violence. That's another really. We know, right? However, I don't care. However, but I just tell you. I didn't get a vaccine. I just do whatever I needed to do when I whatever. So if the vaccine have a problem, that's a very very sinful for our nation. So we have to make a lot of pray. We have to pray that God. We have to give that. We have to cut that. If a vaccine have a problem, let's shot inside no bar, not belong us. Let's belong government. Let's belong pharmacy company. Nothing about us. We have to make this kind of pay, because if the vaccine cause a lot of people dead, that's a huge things. And then that's a things what cause that's a David 3 years farming. But if this vaccine has a problem, I really don't know how long that's farming we will help. So I want to pray. We have to pray for our nation, and then pray for ourselves, because the most important things for the vaccine, the mandate, not a good idea, really not a good idea. I saw that Denmark, that's another mandate can, because there's a vaccine that's spread out the virus. We have to control ourselves. So that's nothing about the mandate. Let's have to, we do something. We have to do something. If your country have a lot of people, it's a selfish people. They just want to make money, and then when they sick, and then they don't want to stop the job. They just want to make more money, and then they spread out the virus. This is more terrible. The mandate that's cannot solve the mandate vaccine or mandate mask cannot solve a problem. The true problem is your country, how many people is selfish people? If you know you have some problem, you will stay home or you still went out to spread out this virus. Maybe never solve our problem. Even though today we have a vaccine, cannot solve a problem also. Because that virus just very fast. So you never stop them, because you still keep going to spread out the virus. So we have to know. For that, why America become the top one? Confirmed case is huge. Death people is huge. Why? You have a vaccine, but it didn't solve the problem. Why didn't solve the problem? So we have to know if a vaccine really have a problem. We have a big problem, because that's a whole world's problem. Probably a lot of country, they corrupt with that pharmacy company, or the government corrupt with whatever. I don't know, but I don't care, because that's not me to judge them. I believe God will judge them. If you believe God, and then God is totally righteous. No one can. You think that you can hide in your sins? No, never. So that's the whole world problem. And then we are American. Our country sick. Our government sick. So we have to pray. We have to tell God, we cannot do anything, because they control power. The only thing we can do, God have his judgment, and we just can, we have something can do. We really can do. Don't spread out virus. Don't spread out virus. You can do, I can do, right? And then pray for our nation. Tell God, shall announce that insanal bath belong to government, and then belong to pharmacy company. We don't need to. Nothing about our things, because we have no choice. We cannot do any decision, but we can do the two things. Don't spread out virus, and then just pray. Then those things don't come to us, and then we really don't know in the future if a God is a judge, is a farming. I don't know. That's a very, very terrible. So pray for America, pray for ourselves, and then don't we out the survivors. I believe we will stop the COVID as soon as possible. So if you ask me why we don't fight or why we don't work, I don't like the war. I don't like why fight. Even though I don't like a lot of people hate each other. Let's not want to give our life like this kind of no. We don't need it. We really don't need it kind of life. I really had a lot of people just promote to fight, promote to no. We can learn the government. We can learn the government. No, we are angry. We are know everything, but we don't need to fight because if you fight, suppose have some people will be hurt, and then you are fine. You have to know you will win, and then you can fight. If you don't win, you just lose. And then a lot of people in the prison right now for that January 6, 2020. I don't know how to say. They have a family. If they have a kids, how can their kids? That's a very tough to explain to their kids, and then their kids' a friend. I think, like I say, the crime, not the small crime or there's a big crime. The crime is a crime. So if we fight or if we hate, like the Bible says, you hate the people, let's kill people. So if you don't want to kill the people, why you hate the people? So I think that's a fine, or you hate the people, nothing to help. Cannot help your life, cannot help anyone's life. So why you do this such stupid things? So let me ask, just I believe every man they will come because they have to pay. The devils have to pay. They have to pay whatever they should pay. Not believe me, believe God. Believe God. He is totally righteous God. So you have to believe Him. All devils have to pay for shed innocent blood. So you don't need to fight for your self-righteousness, because you don't know the really truth. You just got that the truth is very narrow. You got the truth that is very narrow from the narrow medias or from the narrow narrow info. So you don't have a truth. It's complete, but God have a complete info. He totally knows what's happened in this period, in this case. He knows everything. Trust Him. He has a totally righteous. We just need to do. Don't spill out the virus if you know you are sick, and stay home. Don't just focus on the money. Don't be that kind of a selfish person. That's all. And then pray. Pray for our nation. And then pray God's righteousness come. And then those people, they did. Those government, they did. They have to pay. You don't need to judge them because you have a rights. You have no legal rights to judge it. So how can you fight? How can you fight? Can you tell me what's the name you go to fight? You have no reason to fight. So just do whatever we can do, and then rest. These things give a God. Okay. Hope hope this video can help you, and then hope we can get really free. We don't need to follow by a COVID as soon as possible because I want to travel. Okay, see you.